In this video, we'll be talking about PCL injury. So PCL injury is nothing but a damage to the posterior cruciate ligament. So posterior cruciate ligament is one of the 4 ligaments from the knee joint. So PCL specifically connects the femur, which is the thigh bone, and the tibia, which is the shin bone. There are many conditions where PCL injuries can occur in sports, whereas in general life. So before talking about any conditions or scenarios where the PCL injury can occur, we'll first talk about the mechanism. So talking about the mechanism of the PCL injury, we have this model. So we can consider the upper part, this one as the femur, this as the tibia. So here, explaining about the PCL injury, consider this band as posterior cruciate ligament. So how this injury occurs is the tibia, when the tibia moves front and back. So the tibia's movement or the motion, what happens in flexion, whether it is flexion or extension, where the posterior cruciate ligament is tensed. So when the injury occurs is when the tibia hyperextends at the back. See, this is a normal position, this is a flexion. When it extends is the tibia goes back. So you can see the tension in the band. Here the band won't tear, but when there is a case of posterior cruciate ligament, it will tear off. So depending on the severity of the tear, the PCL injury is graded. So it is graded into grade 1, grade 2 and grade 3 PCL tear. So this is how the injury occurs. When the tibia shifts back, there is tension in the posterior cruciate ligament and it tears off. So there are many sporting conditions and general life conditions where the PCL injury can occur. PCL injury is rare but is severe. So the risk factors for the PCL injury are like sports participation in various games like football, basketball, soccer and many other sports. The athletes in these sports are at higher risk because of the nature of the activities that they are involved in the sport. Also, besides sporting injuries of the PCL, in general life also PCL can be affected. For example, like trauma or any car accident or a greater fall on the tibia where the tibia shifts back. In these conditions, the PCL, posterior cruciate ligament, can be affected or can be complete, or there can be a complete tear. So we had a small overview of PCL injury. So ending up with few facts about PCL injury. PCL injuries are very rare and less common than is compared to the ACL injuries. Second fact, that PCL injuries are very challenging and the rehabilitation or the healing process takes longer time than the ACL injuries. Thank you. This was it about PCL injury.